to Courageous Conversation with Dr. Clara Stevens. We seek to extend a beacon of hope to those wrestling with everyday life issues. Our approach is rooted in empathetic listening and compassionate, non judgmental conversations. Judge not, that you be not judged. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Matthew 7:1, John 8:32. Dealing with regret and guilt. When someone whom we love dies, it is expected to feel some regret and guilt. You may recall things you did, said, failed to do, or said. Events that might ordinarily have seemed trivial may take on a new meaning in the light of what has happened. Over time, most people find ways to resolve these emotions. However, guilt and regret can sometimes get stuck, as though they keep looping on a circuit. This can be very distressing and can get in the way of grieving healthily. If you are feeling guilty or regret, let's look into these options, and I pray that they may help, one or all of them. Let's try. 1. Write down your regrets. See if you can bring to mind a compassionate and warm outlook. We all have regrets and make mistakes. But that's not the whole story of you and your loved one. If you can take a broader perspective and offer yourself some kindness, like you would to a dear friend, and ask yourself, if your loved one could hear and see you regretting and feeling guilty, ask yourself, what would they say to you? How would they reassure and comfort you? Imagine their response if you can. What will a dear and wise friend say to you? Or what will you say to a dear friend experiencing regret? If this was another person feeling regret and guilt, what will you say to them? Talk to your friend and family about your feeling and see if you can listen to their perspective. Often they won't be as harsh on you as you are to yourself. I think most of us are very guilty of being too harsh on self. Please, let us start learning to be compassionate towards self. Know that you are not the creator. This world is a misery to live and not a problem to solve, as I had someone say. So confronting difficult decisions. Some of us has to make difficult decisions, especially if you are the one in charge of making decisions following your loved one. So the death of a loved one may mean that you are faced with some challenging decisions. If you live together, you may have to confront financial decisions or moving to another home. Even the smallest of decisions can feel overwhelming in the early days. I encourage people not to be overwhelmed or to think you have to solve every situation or everything immediately. It can be very overwhelming. And if you have friends and family around, please let them help as much as possible. If your circumstances allow, it is often advisable to postpone any big decisions until 6 to 12 months have passed. Some of us need longer than that. If big decisions are unavoidable, you may need help to think through your options. Consider enlisting the help of a trusted friend or family member to help you work out a plan. A classic problem-solving strategy is to write down what the problem is. Brainstorm the options available to you. What possible solutions are there for you? Consider each solution's advantages and disadvantages and weigh the most helpful and wise decision for all concerned. Once you have decided, plan what you need to carry out your chosen solutions. And most of us need closure. I'm very particular. Sometimes I pray to God, give me a reason. God, please help me. Give me a reason to move on. Give me a reason to rejoice. Give me some form of enlightening for me to move on and rejoice. Because the Bible says for Christians that we should rejoice and give God glory in all situations. Often, at the moment, I don't feel like it, or I can, but I acknowledge my situation to God. I cannot praise you right now, God, help me. Like praying and telling God, I have faith, I know the word of God, but I need your help. I sit at Jesus' feet and need his help and comfort. And it does help me. Because after I've cried or gone around and come back and sit at his feet, then I'll begin to feel this comfort and love around me. And then ideas and wisdom and reason will start coming out that I never thought or knew was there before. According to psychology today, closure is an inner self journey. It does not require the other person. It requires you to find peace on your own. Moreover, the way you do that is on you. To create closure for oneself, as stated by Brenner, means finality, letting go of what once was. Finding closure implies a complete acceptance of what has happened and an honoring of the transition away from what's finished to something new. In other words, closure describes the ability to go beyond imposed limitation to find different possibilities. To do that, one must be willing to try and ask for help sometime if you need to. And now let's consider Brenner's 5 ways to find closure from the past to become future focused. 1. Take full responsibility for yourself. You must take the necessary action to help move you forward. Like conversing with yourself, I do this a lot, asking and answering your own questions as a self-dialogue. Ask such questions as what or whom are you holding on to? Why? Does holding on truly make you happy? Are you using this holding on as an excuse to stay stuck and unresolved? Are you trying to avoid dealing with loss and the void that loss creates? What does willingness to let mean? And what do you do? Are you afraid of the outcome? What do you believe will happen to you if you let go? Being as honest as possible will eventually diminish your pain, hurt, anger, and disappointment to a clear, realistic situation. Number 2, grieve the loss. Grieving has no set amount of time prescribed way and should not go on for years. It's totally up to each person to find that for themselves. Don't let anyone tell you, just get over it. No, that never works. And actually, I think it's disrespectful. Take your time and keep moving. Like I think Martin Luther said, if you cannot run, walk. If you can walk, crawl. But by all means, do not stop. Do not dwell in the grieving. Keep trying all you can. If you can take one step a day, that's good enough. Number 3, gather your strength. Focus on the positives. Make a list of your talents, gifts, and assets. Surround yourself with people who can encourage and support you. Emphasize what you need. Make what you need or what make you happy. And don't dwell on pleasing others. I repeat, do not dwell on pleasing others. Because if you don't find out early enough, you will find out later that humanity are unsatiable. You can never satisfy anybody. Do what feels good. Do what is right for you. Do not try to change anybody. It never works, and it's not going to work. Change is not easy, and those who wish to change are ready to walk through the valley of change because they expect something better. If you try to change somebody, that might create a division or people turning you to be holier than thou. 4, plan for the immediate future. Assess new priorities and explore possibilities and opportunities that may present you, if not create you. I've had to go back to school to learn a new trade. I've tried to this and that, and some work, some don't, but I'm very proud that I can, and I did. Do it. Learn something fun just for you. Get a job, do your dream, your vision, what you have always wanted to do. Now you have time, do it. Number 5, create a ritual driven by intention and action. Performing the ritual is a symbolic enactment that enable you to utilize your creativity and intuition to bypass the intellectual, logical part of your brain, and a powerful tool to help you gain closure. For example, creating a fire ceremony is a way to consume meaningful objects like pictures, letters, etc., and so on. Finally, finding closure lets you move into your future relieved and optimistic. By Brenner. This is going to move you from me, myself, and I wallowing and sitting down to being this light in you. I recently come across a poem or a saying which says, follow your dream, they knows the way. Whatever you want to do, start now, start today, and you will be amazed how things begin to fall together and in alignment for you. I pray that God in His mercy will hold your hand and walk with you so that you will never have to walk alone. Thank you. I appreciate you staying with us till this moment. Please take time to share this encouraging conversation with your friends and family. Next, in the next episode, we are looking into why you must go on, why your life matters, and why a whole lot is waiting for you to step into. God bless you.